I was thinking about my husband. I worry a lot about him down in those oil fields. It's very dangerous.
Not for an executive, is it?
But he doesn't just sit behind a desk. He's right down there with the drilling crews. It's got me worried sick.
You mean some dark rainy night a crown block might fall on him?
Please don't talk like that.
That's the idea.
The other day, a casing line snapped and caught the foreman. He's in the hospital with a broken back.
Bad.
It's got me jittery just thinking about it. I mean, suppose something like that happened to my husband.
It could.
Don't you think he ought to have accident insurance?
Uh-huh.
What kind of a policy could he get?
Enough to cover doctors and hospital bills, I'd say. About $125 a week. Cash benefit. He'd rate it around $50,000 capital sum.
Capital sum, what's that?
That's if he got killed. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I suppose in your business you have to think of everything.
Mr. Dietrichson would understand. I suppose I could sell him the idea of some protection. I'd have to talk with him first.
You could try, but he's pretty tough going.
They're all tough at first.
He's got a lot on his mind. He doesn't want to listen to anything except maybe a baseball game on the radio. Sometimes we sit all evening without saying a word to each other.
Sounds pretty dull.
I just sit and knit.
Is that what you married him for?
Maybe I like the way his thumbs hold up the wool.
Anytime his thumbs get tired.
Let me ask you something, Walter. Is there any way I could get the policy without having to let him know at all?
How's that again?
You know, it'd be easier for you too. I mean, you wouldn't even have to talk to him. I have a little allowance of my own. I could pay for it and he needn't be bothered at all.
Wait a minute. Why shouldn't he know?
Because he's superstitious and doesn't want an accident insurance policy.
A lot of people are. Funny, isn't it?
If there was a way to get it like that, all the worry would be over. You see what I mean, Walter?
Sure. I've got good eyesight. You want him having the policy without him knowing it. That means without the company knowing that he doesn't know. That's a setup, isn't it?
Is there anything wrong with that?
I think it's quite lovely. Then if some dark rainy night a crown block fell on him.
What crown block?
Except sometimes they need a little help. They can't always pull it off on their own.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course, it doesn't have to be crown block. It can be a car backing into him or falling from a window. Any little thing like that, as long as it's a morgue job.
Are you crazy?
Not that crazy. Goodbye, Miss Dietrichson.
What's the matter?
Look, baby, you can't get away with it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want to knock him off, don't you, baby?
That's a horrible thing to say.
Who'd you think I was anyway? Some guy that walks into a good-looking dame's front parlor and says, "Good afternoon. I sell insurance on husbands. Have one that's been around a little too long? Someone you'd like to trade in for a little hard cash?" Boy, what a dope I must look like to you.
I think you're rotten.
I think you're swell, as long as I'm not your husband.
Get out of here.
You bet I will. I'll get out of here, baby, but quick.